I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan. I will beat a nigga ass and stomp him in my Timberlands. I've been him, I'ma always be him. I'ma stay him, I'm not them. You understand
me? Welcome to another episode of the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike any other. I'm currently having some technical difficulties with my laptop, so I temporarily won't be able to see your comments, but we're going to keep it rolling anyway. You know how we do. But I first wanted to start off with a rest in peace shout out to Tanya from around the way. Unfortunately, she lost her life this past weekend. People, it is getting hot outside. Make sure you are out here being safe. But y'all know how I like to start my shows. How y'all doing? I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. Memorial Day. I'm not going to say Memorial Day. These 3-day weekends is starting to whoop my ass. It's starting to get old out in these streets. But, you know, bear with it. Hope y'all got some great plans coming up this weekend. Weather getting nice. It's time to get to it. It's that time of year. Bald head whole shit all summer. But y'all know how I like to start off my shows. Shout out to the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the big exclusive network. If you got a podcast idea you like to bring to a network, or you got an idea you're trying to get together and you need some help curating it, come on over. We got room for you. But I like to give a shout out to 2 shows on the network right now. Before I get there, if you are on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the network. Get yourself an exclusive membership. Started dropping exclusive content that is membership only. So if you ain't got it, you ain't gonna get it. But also, if you are on Facebook, make sure you like, share, and like, share, and share the show. It's a dope show. You never know what you're gonna get at the Ant Money Experience. I don't even know what I'm gonna get at the Ant Money Experience. But with that being said, a message from our sponsors. So, before we go any further, like I said, I want to give a shout out to Big Exclusive and the show that he's recently brought membership only, Hot Seat. Show is dope. I watched the episode last night. Man, I can't wait to get me one of them episodes because he had that young lady on the hot seat. I mean, it was a couple times. It was definitely nothing like what I thought, because usually when they do the hot seat on the Big Exclusive podcast, it's just ask whatever. The way he structured it and the way them questions started off with deep introspective questions about childhood and to oh shit, he just asked her about the first time she had sex. Dope show. Make sure you get your membership so you can check that out. Also, shout out to A Safe Space for Men. One of the newest shows to the network with my guy, Ron, aka Delano, aka whatever the fuck he is calling himself this week. But shout out to Ron. Definitely happy that the show is with the network. Definitely one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite podcasts ever. But if you would like to be a host on If you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, make sure you DM me, inbox me. I got my regulars that's always going to be around, but it's good to have a fresh face in the place every once in a while. So make sure you do that. If you have a business or an idea campaign that you would like spotlighted for my spotlight portion, make sure you inbox me and DM me about that as well. Definitely always looking to help out and support any way I can. But without further ado, producer, can you bring my co-host for this evening up?
Ryan, why you not saying nothing?
I thought it was somebody else. I've been here for
Ryan,
like
I
three
got the
minutes.
camera right now, so I can't tell if somebody up on the
Oh, all right. Yeah, I've been on the drone for like 2 minutes already. I thought you knew. Hey, what's happening, y'all?
look.
What's going
I
on?
heard some noise in the background. I was like, I think it's somebody there, but I don't want to get up to look. But without with that being said, let's jump into the if it bleeds, it leads. So, if you are unaware, I'm gonna say it is 7 o'clock. About 2 hours ago, the state of New York has found Donald J. Trump guilty of 34 counts of fraud. Um, Ryan, did you hear that news for one?
I heard it. I think it's complete
What
bullshit, but I heard it.
what did you think when you heard it?
I gotta do a little bit more research on the like the specifics of the trial, but you already know my opinion. I just think they're doing everything they can to keep him from getting in the office because they know that he's gonna smoke this election. That's they do not they don't have we don't I don't want to get too political, but they don't want him going against Biden. Biden don't stand a chance at all.
Well, actually, the polls are very contrary to what you just
How?
said.
He beat him last time. Trump has
Um,
never won the popular vote ever.
yeah,
Like, what are
he
you talking
definitely
about?
hasn't. But even more so than that, they like neck and neck right now, which is
I
kind
let,
of weird because we got
last
somebody
I
that's
checked,
now going against somebody that will be a convicted felon at that point.
no, I mean, come on, let's be serious. There's a number of politicians that could be convicted felons, of
Could
way
be
more
and
serious
is are
crimes.
two different things
I'm just saying, it is that they didn't get caught. But
for sure.
and also, last I checked, winning the presidency wasn't about winning the popular vote. If that was the case, there are scenarios where people that we wanted to get in wouldn't have got in.
That's true.
You sound
Um,
crazy, just like a Trump supporter. You just said
No,
he gonna
no.
smoke him. He ain't never smoked an election in his life. What are you talking about? How you
He
gonna
was the
smoke him
president.
and he never won the popular vote?
He
That's
was the
not
president
smoking
before, right?
nobody.
He was the
That's
president
not
before, right?
smoking
I
nobody.
mean, he won the election.
You said he
I
was going
mean
smoking. Them was your words. How you
Yeah,
smoke
that's
somebody
my
you
opinion.
did you
and
did
win the
say that,
popular vote?
Yeah,
Ryan.
that's my
But
opinion, and I firmly believe it.
Yeah, and you
um,
firmly delusional, and I appreciate that. It gives me somebody to
honestly,
I'm
talk to.
I'm far from
honestly,
delusional, brother.
without getting too political, going one way or the other, I
Yeah,
don't
like you
think
can't say an
either
opinion
one
without
is a
anybody getting offended.
I don't think either one is a really great candidate. We've already saw what both of them had to do. I mean, regardless of how you feel about either's performance, I would like somebody new. There's a couple up and comers on both sides that I really wish would have threw their hat in this election, but I feel like may need a little bit more time to prep. But it's this election season is going to be interesting. But since we're talking about court, have you gentlemen saw the video
So nobody's gonna
with
ask me anything?
the man that was on a Zoom court trial for traffic court with a suspended license driving?
Wait, can y'all
I
hear
don't
me?
know, but
I hear
I
you.
get you, Nikki.
So nobody wanted to ask me about how I felt about Trump?
I mean, I didn't know you was on the screen. I'm having a little technical difficulties, but
No.
not how you felt about Trump. How did you feel about him being convicted?
I actually agree with Ron. So I think that they are throwing everything at him because they don't want him to run because if he runs, he will win. Um,
Well, I
Nothing
think
It's
says that
it's
not now. Granted, I'm
it's
not very
deep.
I'm not really political or like really into that, but I do believe that they are very fearful of him winning, so they're trying to do.
well, do you know what he's on trial for?
I actually was just reading something on the Washington Post. But apparently it's like of course it's non-violent and it's only punishable for up to 14 months to 4 years or something like that.
But it is something that he absolutely did.
Yeah.
He committed fraud. That's
Yeah.
not like
Most
them.
people
That's not like
in America
them.
commit fraud every day.
Say that again.
Go ahead, my fault.
I said most people in America commit fraud every day.
That's
And
true.
specifically, what are
But
they
when you
saying he
get
committed
caught,
fraud with?
when you get caught, you get caught. Now, one thing I'll say that's actually kind of scary about this situation is that this was actually the weakest case he had against him. And this was supposed to be the case that he was supposed to smoke. So if he didn't smoke this, he absolutely had some shit coming his way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that the case is BS.
On screen, bro.
I don't.
This would be driving me crazy. And I agree with you. We need some fresh blood. Fuck Biden and fuck Trump. Let me state that clearly. Fuck Biden, fuck Trump. We need some fresh new blood in there.
The good people at the Ant Money Experience did not endorse that message.
Come on and have no clue about what's going on and have these super rigid opinions about conspiracies and have no clue what's going on. Like, that's wild to me. That means to me you're not doing any research.
No. Because you're trying to say that
it's crazy that you don't do any research on what's going on, but you have these strong opinions when you don't know the facts. Like, it's really wild to me that people can be so blinded by somebody's appeared or perception or perceived leadership qualities or business acumen and be completely deceived, who won't even do any research to find out the facts. That's dangerous. That's scary. And he's on record saying if he gets in, there's no way they're going to get him out. And I'm out.
Well, next time, number one, first,
secondly,
secondly, it's not, as we both stated, was that we weren't really educated on the situation, but an opinion is opinion. And at the end of the day, when he came out the first time, nobody thought he would win, but he awakened all those racists and was like, and won. So as I stated previously, that I'm not very political by any means necessary. If you really want to have that conversation, call my mom to the floor. But I do believe that they are afraid that he will win. There is no conspiracy. They are afraid that Trump will win. If they were not afraid that if the world did not think Trump would win, they wouldn't be doing these, whatever they be doing on the TVs, whenever they're tracking him.
I had to disagree with you because you're presenting an opinion as fact.
I'm not presenting. I never said that.
That's the way you present it.
I never said anything as fact. As I just stated, I don't have all the information. But what I do know and what I do see is that people are afraid that he could win. That's a simple. It's a simple opinion.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
do is try to make. I digress. I'm having.
Yeah. To come on and be like, people not educated or they don't know. Like, my opinion is my opinion. Like, if I think green is the best color, like, you can't argue me like, oh, blue is better. That's your opinion.
Yes, we know. There is no conspiracy.
It's my opinion. I never went to making a conspiracy.
Move on because we're getting tangled up in the weeds of a situation.
Yeah, but no, to come in and say something and then dip and make it seem like we said something different, like, that's not cool.
I mean, we digress.
What you're not gonna do is try to make it seem like that I'm uneducated. That's what you're not going to do.
Yeah.
Let's move on because I'm going to get pissed.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I'm moving on to the next topic.
I stand on what I said. I said the fact of the matter is, like Ant said, y'all presenting stuff as facts, as y'all presenting opinion as facts, and at the end of the day, if you are ill-informed, that's ignorant. If you don't know or you haven't read or you don't know the facts, that's ignorant.
You're trying to assume that we haven't read. Like, if someone has an opinion, that's my opinion.
Well, both in his defense, both of you said you're not really educated.
But I wasn't presenting anything as facts. I
never said I wasn't educated. I never said that.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
Brian, you consistently do this. We can run the tape back. You just said you don't know all the facts.
I said I don't know all the facts as it
asked
pertains to the case.
implicitly
That's
what
what
he
I
was on
said.
trial
Whoa,
for.
ladies
That's
and
crazy to me.
gentlemen, we're moving on. So,
Hey,
on
have a good
another
night.
note,
I'll be moving on.
That man took his ball and went home because of some Trump shit.
Huh?
So
He took his ball and went home
anybody
because of
hit
some
this?
Trump shit.
Did anybody hit this?
You feel away, like, call me. It's a podcast. Everybody got opinions, whether it be strong or otherwise. At the end of the day, it's still just a podcast. It's not personal. Why are you taking it personal?
Well, I'm drinking my infused wine, and it's so good. So if you guys want to buy a bottle, it's $60.
Whoa, this is not the spotlight set. This is not the spotlight segment. So, once again, did anybody see the video of the man that was in court for a suspended license
and got on driving?
Say that again.
And got on driving to talk to the judge.
Yes, yes. And I mean, for one, what an idiot. If you haven't seen the video, ladies and gentlemen, a guy is in Zoom traffic court talking to the judge. And I mean, you can clearly see him holding the phone with one hand, and you see his arm going back and forth like this. I mean, regardless of where you were on your way to, I'm pretty sure it wasn't more important at that moment than your suspended license. Have any of you ever driven around on a suspended license?
I've never had a suspended license. So, but if I did, I probably would still drive with a suspended license. I don't get pulled
for like
over.
7 years, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was out here on some stupidity shit, man. Honestly, for like 7 years, I was driving without a license, paranoid every time I seen a cop. Everything, bro. I was out there.
The last time I got pulled over, I think the last time
I was out here ignorant.
Early 20s.
The last time I got pulled over, I knew I was completely wrong. The cop clocked me doing 80 in like a 55. And he was like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, no. He said, I clocked you at 85. I said, damn, I'm glad you ain't clocked me at that 110 I was just doing 3 minutes ago. But they gave me a $300 fine, which the state of Pennsylvania said you was late paying them, so we suspended your license. I paid that. I don't even think I had it at the time. I made sure I got the money to get that ticket taken care of because I could not afford to be riding around from VA to Pennsylvania with a suspended license.
You want to know what's so funny is because I had drove down to Virginia and got a speeding ticket like through Virginia when Kristen was living in South Carolina. When I moved there, I never paid the ticket, whatever. It went up to like $600 and something. The moment I started working here, them niggas garnished my wages for $600. They were not, it was 11 years later. 11 years later. And I was like, bro, what? So now I pay all my tickets because you're not garnishing my wages.
Yeah, they recently got me with a ticket for parking on a street where it was a race the next day and I didn't move my car in a timely manner. So they hit me with 2 tickets for the same thing. 1 ticket right on top of the other. Now, technically they shouldn't have did that, but well, I won't say the other part on camera.
But I think because I got pulled over one time and this is when I had my Impala. The guy cited me for front tinted windows and then also something else. And when I went to court, I was like, I don't even have a tint on my window. And they threw that ticket out, but made me pay the other ticket. So I feel like sometimes they try to double up. So you got to pay at least one of them. Well,
it sounds like you won that day.
Yeah, they're gonna get their money one way or another.
Yeah, but yeah, I would probably drive on a suspended license, but I've never had a suspended license.
Yeah, but for him to show up on Zoom court, and he was literally like a minute away from his destination. He could have stalled for that minute and went in the office and got on.
If it was work, listen, work's still not more important than that license at that given point.
Yeah, he should have just pulled over.
But with that being said, producer, play my first video, please.
Tavares, right in the butt.
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched this video. Like, part of me feels like they did that because I think Wheel of Fortune may be going away. Next week is supposed to be Pat Sajak's last episode. But why gotta be us? Why?
It wasn't even a right amount of letters.
Say that again?
It wasn't even a right amount of letters for right.
I mean,
Yeah.
he could have just kept guessing letters at that point. If you thought that was it, I'd have probably guessed the letters to make a little bit, like, get a little bit more clarity before I jump out the window like that. But, nigga, right in the butt. You really think Wheel of Fortune, because you probably watched Wheel of Fortune for a significant amount of time in your life.
Facts.
With all the things it could have been, right in the butt. And the fact that that lady was able to come back and answer the question, because I would not have been. I listened.
The girl said, what?
All my immaturity would have been on display at that point.
It was like, nigga, what?
Audience, do y'all still watch Wheel of Fortune out there?
Mm-mm.
I still watch Wheel of Fortune. I still watch the news, Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy in that order. Now, depending on what time I come home from the gym, will depend on if I catch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. But I remember my grandmother, when she would pick me up from school, she would sit down, she would watch Oprah, then she would watch the news, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and then the Pennsylvania Lottery. No, the Pennsylvania Lottery came on before Jeopardy. But those are really like lost in a game show world where I can imagine. I love
Wheel of Fortune, but I don't have regular TV, so I have Amazon Fire Stick with all the apps and stuff. But I love Wheel of Fortune. I also love Jeopardy. That's where I learned a lot of my little known facts.
Exactly. Yeah. So wait, your Fire Stick don't come with like all the cable channels and regular TV channels?
Yeah, I mean it comes with like Freevee, but all of it's just all the apps. So you have to like.
Nah, I gotta hook you up because mine's come with like all the cable channels, all network television, everything, pay-per-view. Really? Yeah. I gotta hook you up.
Well, I'll call you after this because I jailbroke mine, but I mean, you know what? Let me know.
Wait, do you pay for those apps?
No, like the Netflix and stuff or whatever. But I'm literally on here now and it says live TV, but it's not. It's like the regular. It shows, hold on, like Ion, Dateline. It doesn't give me like NBC and ABC.
Oh, you getting like them weird like loop.
Yeah, Space and Beyond each day.
Yeah. But shout out to homeboy. I don't know your name. I really want to like look him up on Twitter and be like, nigga. Like nothing else.
I didn't even watch the full thing because the amount of stupidity that has been in my life the last few days. I just looked and was like, he's got it. This is stupid.
It reminded me of the South Park episode where they was sitting there and the letters, it said N space GGERS. And the dad said niggers. And everybody was like, and the Alex Trebek, I mean, not the Alex Trebek, the what's him call him? Damn, I lost the host's name just that quick. He was like, naggers. And everybody like trolled him for like a while afterwards. Every time he went, they would say like naggers to him. It was hilarious. But producer, play my next clip, please.
So far, hundreds of these trash-filled balloons into South Korea. Local residents have actually been getting warnings to avoid outdoor activities because authorities just don't know exactly what is inside these things. Photos show plastic bags with garbage and filth, as South Korea described it, scraps, paper, dirt, that sort of thing. North Korea says this is a response to South Korean activists sending prohibited materials. For a long time now, South Koreans, a lot of NGOs, sometimes former North Korean defectors that are now living in South Korea, they send into the North, sometimes using balloons, leaflets, food, medicine, even media like Korean dramas or K-pop, music that is forbidden for North Koreans to listen to, programs that are forbidden for North Koreans to watch, but they send them from South Korea anyway as part of this propaganda push to try to convince the...
When I tell you, I looked at this, it came across my timeline when I was at work. So if people weren't aware of the North Korean and South Korean conflict, they've been at conflict for a long time now. But to give people a little bit more context of what's going on, that's essentially like you trolling Jehovah's Witness cousins of yours that's really strict and firm in their beliefs, and you just don't agree with it. And then one day they just say, "I'm tired of your shit," and drop a bag of trash over to your crib. When I told like the level of petty that it took for somebody to be sitting around like, "Yo, fuck them. Let's put some trash in a balloon and fly that shit over there." And for it to have no destination and just randomly drop, like I couldn't imagine somebody not paying attention because they on their phone and a bag of shit just drop on them. Because they said they can't identify what's in these bags. Have either one of you ever done anything like petty to the point that not like relationship petty, but somebody got on your nerves and you did some petty shit?
I can't. I mean, I'm sure I did, but I can't really remember what it would be. But nothing like that, like that.
Thing. Yeah, I'm sure, but nothing to that level.
Nothing comes to mind.
I think one of the pettiest things I've encountered is I had this one sergeant in the Army, and one day I walked past and he like said something crazy like, no, I was sitting at a desk typing something up because my computer wasn't working. And he said like, "What the fuck you doing over here?" And I looked at the person sitting next to me because I knew for sure he wasn't talking to me like that. He said, "You motherfucker." I said, "Let me do this because I know it's penalties against disrespect and rank. Don't say anything else to me. Before you want to speak to me, address my first line supervisor and he'll let me know what you have to say because you clearly lost your fucking mind." So we proceeded like that going forward. So the person that was actually sitting next to me at the time, she had her other gripes with him because he was just a disgusting individual. So one day, once again, I'm sitting next to her typing up something, and he comes over and he's being a smart ass because what he's really doing is making sure we wasn't just sitting there bullshitting, which why the fuck do you even care? But he comes over, he sits next to her, and he puts his coffee mug down. She picked it up, put a loogie in it, and put it right back down. And as she picked it up to put the loogie in it, I just knew she was going to get caught. Never got caught, and I watched him drink it. That was the pettiest and most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. But I enjoyed witnessing it.
Utterly disgusting.
I enjoyed witnessing it. And the things that he was accused of actually got him kicked out of the Army, and I'm not mad that she did that. But
yeah,
sound like he might have earned it though. Like
he for sure earned it. But with that being said, let's jump into my next video, please.
The bag, and I don't believe this momentum will stop.
Or to fumble the bag.
This is a smack in the face for someone who took a gamble.
People trusted him.
But our people are thirsty. Our people are hungry for knowledge.
He was the viral guy in Atlanta, spitting finance knowledge to anybody who listened on the street corner. But now Jay Morrison is in hot water.
I invested $40,000.
$500.
It's $2,000.
He got 15,000 people to invest in a real estate fund. $11.7 million they all raised. A new Black Wall Street was on the horizon.
The money has been just evaporated.
And apparently there's little to show for it, and investors are going off on social media.
That was wild to me.
I have very strong opinions about, not very strong, but like, I think that people in general, one, don't do research, and two, like,
that's a fact.
I've personally witnessed people in my life like hang on to these social media sensations, and then it comes out that like, oh, they're beating their wife, or they stole all this money, or whatever the case may be. You didn't do your research. You giving your money to this man. I'm sure nobody did truefinder.com and put his name in and paid the $2 for his information. I'm sure nobody did it. And for you to give a random person you met because he's sounding like he understands financial whatever, $40,000, that's your fault. You could have took that $40,000 and went to a realtor and said, okay, I want to start investing. How do I do that? People want to get rich quick schemes, and they think like, then you $11.7 million. I don't know how many people put in that pot, but what do you think your profit would be if he did open up a thing? What do you think your profit would be? You wouldn't even be turning gains until like 20 years later. And then if you turn gains and you have 500 people that put into this pot, your gains are not even going to be that great. And that's simplistic. That's on the very surface level. So I think that one, people are dumb as fuck. Two, they don't do the research. And three, it's like everybody want to get rich quick. Getting rich is in the words of Nipsey Hussle, it's a marathon. You gotta understand what you're doing. And real estate is one of the most crazy, like one of the most, if you are a numbers person, it will drown you. Like, so for you, hey boo, for you to like just give your money, people just give their money. Like, I work hard for my money. I'm not just giving my money to somebody.
40,000 at that is wild.
It reminded me of the Tinder swindler who was just swindling these women out of money. But like, where the money. And the thing about it is, the crazy thing about it is, everything that people are building is kept in the county. So you can literally look on that county's website to see what is coming. So nobody had the forethought to say like, oh, we're going to, he makes up these little plans on a little placard. And it's like, oh my God, it looks so nice. But nobody thought to ride by there. Nobody thought to Google like upcoming things. Nobody asked them, where's the paperwork? You just giving the money. Like,
all right, we got action. I can see comments now. Shout out to Creamy. Ryan, I don't know where you went because I couldn't see at the time. What up, J King?
Don't give me, I digress. Like, that shit.
I find a couple things wild about that though. One, I saw something else where this guy was like doing videos and mansions and stuff like that didn't belong to him, like riding around in foreign cars, and you could be this and the third. But I'm always very weary of people that are so upfront about just charging you with the knowledge. And it's like, I feel like when you got somebody moving as more of a commercial entity that's charging you for knowledge is always like kind of weary for me. Like,
it reminds me of like when people say back in the day when the girls wanted to be models and stuff. It reminds me of, you shouldn't, like, don't pay. They tell you not to pay up front.
Right.
Because the whatever this is will recoup on the back end from you.
Right.
So, but it's just like, you charging me for this knowledge. The internet is accessible. It's laziness. The internet is accessible to everyone. And go on YouTube and go to Finance 101. You can find everything that you're looking for. And I think that it's always just like laziness and just you want to get rich quick, and it sounds good. But some things that sound too good are often too good to be true.
Thanks.
So, yeah.
And this nigga got $40,000 off. So when you gave him the first check, it ain't nothing come from it. You said, oh, let me give you another check. And then
no, that was a fluke. Let me go back.
Another one?
Yeah, I think people.
Social media is a lie. And people need to start realizing that everything on social media is a fucking lie.
The fastest transfer of wealth is either death, divorce, or inheritance, right? And any other way you can get rich is never going to be quick.
Yep.
Right? the biggest thing you have to do, first and foremost, like Nick said, is educate yourself. And it always blows my mind that the people like Jay Morrison, and there's a bunch of them out there, who, because of the fact that they're charismatic and they present 4 or 5 facts that sound good, can get people to invest that type of money with them without any proven track record, without any testimonials saying, hey, I recoup 12% on my initial investment. Like, they never present any of that. Now, I don't have a problem with people selling their course or selling their knowledge. As a person who's done the research, I've given away so much knowledge, but I understand why people would want to charge for it. But the thing is, you have to have pedigree. You have to have a track record of some success. Even if the success is a 3% return on an investment, you have to have a proven track record of your system working. It's called proof of concept. Without people, like, that blows my mind. People give that type of money up without proof of concept. Like,
give me that money. I can flip your money. Give me a text because I'll flip it.
that was my thing. I mean, for him to make 11 million off of this, and for people to really not, I mean, shit, at the rate that y'all was giving him your money, he was probably just putting into what he was feeding y'all.
Yeah, and it's funny because I personally know a Instagram influencer scammer. He doesn't do it anymore, but I remember that somebody that I knew was like really into this guy, and he was like spitting all this financial knowledge, and he knew Eric, and I was like, I think I've seen him before, and I hit him up, and he was like, he renting those places, he did it, and just gave me his whole resume, and I was like, this is the dumb shit I be talking about. Stop looking at these people online wanting what they got. And all this shit is rented and fake.
Also, I personally believe that if a person, I know that it's fraud, but if you were willing to give that person money without doing background checks, or even with the people that were with the social media scam relationships, if you were willing to just give people your money like that, I personally believe the FBI should not waste their time getting involved. You just got.
And you never recoup that money though. I watch a number of documentaries, and you never recoup your money, because what happens is when you go to court, yeah, they scammed you, but what they always stand on is you willingly gave them this money.
Yeah.
You willingly did that. Like, and do I like scammers? Hell no. But like, you probably was telling your family to invest in all that bullshit.
What up, Auntie Sugar?
The glitz and the glamour online. Like, people have to realize that it's real. Like, online is not real life. And I think so many people fall victim to like, I want to be like this person, or envy if it's this person, or like, oh, he got all this money, blah, blah, blah. It's just back in the day when you selling those stupid ass knives, because I got caught up in that shit too. On those fucking knives, like thinking that one person did it, I can do it. Like, no.
Remember when you used to sell the cigarettes?
No, I didn't sell the cigarettes. That was a legitimate job though. I didn't sell cigarettes. I had people sign up for cigarettes, and if they wanted to kill themselves, by all means, says the girl that did it every day.
I wanted to do that job with you because we was broke college kids.
At that time, they were paying like $25 an hour. That was unheard of.
Yeah, my mom was like, you are absolutely not allowed to do that. I was like, damn, that's messed up. But
so much money doing that shit. I made
I was jealous. But producer, bring up my next picture, please. Rest in peace to Bill Walton, 2-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer. You can take it down. From what I've been seeing, because it's NBA playoff basketball, they've had like a lot of the greats sitting around talking about him, and it was a lot of respect for Bill Walton. That was in regard to the things that they said about him. I mean, on a personal level, Ernie, who never played in the NBA, if you're familiar with the team that's on TNT that does pre and post game, he talked about how when he lost his mother, Bill Walton personally reached out to him and said some things. Reggie Miller talked about how when he first got to UCLA, he made a point to like kind of guide him into what he felt his expectation of him for a player and as a person would be. And it was just like, even I think Shaq was the only person that I saw had something negative to say about him, but he caveated it with, I didn't like the criticism that he was giving me because I was arrogant. And once I found out that he was coming from a place of love, he was like, we never had any problems after that. And he was actually somebody I kind of considered a friend. And from what I understand, he actually had some activism type of things that he was involved in at a certain point. Rest in peace. If you are a basketball fan, you recognize, I mean, you know the voice. And rest in peace. Definitely was a great announcer. I wasn't around to watch him play, but two-time NBA champion and just seemed like all-around good dude. So rest in peace to Bill Walton. Now, shout out to NBA basketball. The Eastern Conference Championship is over. The Celtics have advanced to the NBA championship when they swept the Indiana Pacers. Shout out to the Pacers because they came up kind of quick, and I didn't think they stood a chance, but they got a lot further in the playoffs than my Sixers, who should have been ahead of them, got. The Wolves. I'm glad you find that funny.
The Sixers lost early?
Yeah, the Sixers lost real early.
Oh.
But shout out to the Dallas Mavericks and the Wolves. The Wolves avoided a sweep the other night by coming back and winning that last game. I like that series a little bit more than I like the Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers, and we'll see. I don't expect the Wolves to be able to come back from being down 3-1, but all of my teams I've watched have people come back and beat them in fashions that I did not expect. So I will hold out faith for the Wolves because I do like Anthony Edwards. He is definitely one of my top favorite players at this time.
What team does Jordan Woods' boyfriend play for?
I don't even think he plays anymore.
Oh.
Sorry. If it's who I think it is, I don't think he plays. But audience, y'all know how y'all know how I like to end my if it bleeds, it leads. Matter of fact, Creamy, who is the boyfriend? Because I thought she was talking about Tristan Thompson.
No. His name is like oh, there we go, the Celtics.
Well, Lace just said the Timberwolves. So, but
they're not the same team. Never mind.
Jesus.
Right. That's why I said never mind. I said never mind. I do know the Celtics are green and white, and the Timberwolves are black, red, and gold, right?
No. This is why I don't refer to you when I'm making topics about sports. Because they on opposite sides of the country.
Really?
Yes. Oh, she go with Kat? Oh. Well, Lisa's right. Kat plays for the Timberwolves.
Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. Okay.
Ugh. She need a real. Never mind.
You out of pocket, man. You out of pocket.
They've been together for 4 years. Don't hate on them. They in love.
I just don't like him as an individual. Ugh.
Damn.
But you only watch football? Oh, that's sweet, Auntie Sugar. Football will be back in 98 more days.
Oh my God. Not 98 more days.
I can't wait. I was just watching a segment about how football has 100 days until it comes back. As I've grown up, it's 4 years. Are you saying you've been watching football for 4 years, or are you saying that feels like it's in 4 years? But y'all know how I like to end my If It Bleeds, It Leads segment. Producer, play my funny video of the week.
What's so special about Splinter?
It's like Splinter's our dad, you know? I mean, what's so special about your dad?
So I will give people a little bit more context to that because I thought it was funny at first when they just said like what they said, like what's so special about your dad. So we need to bring that culture of the 90s back. What I found after going through the context is somebody that actually watched that episode, and they said that the Ninja Turtles was doing that episode in front of a group of orphans. Ooh. So when he asked that little boy, "What's so special about your dad?" and the reaction that they had to it made that fire. Also, I enjoy petty clips like that. If you would like to DM me funny videos, I am more than willing to accept them. But that concludes If It Bleeds, It Leads. And let's jump into that lounge talk. So, y'all know how I like to start off the lounge talk by this point. Like to have a little, water cooler topic. Question. Whoa, didn't expect that to happen. But big exclusive.
Yes, sir.
You get $1 billion. You hit the lotto. You win $1 billion. What up, Feast? You win $1 billion today. Your lottery ticket hit. Let's say you ain't even realize you hit. They contact you. You just won $1 billion. What's the next thing you doing?
The next thing I'm doing, I don't know. What you mean, purchase or reality? What's my next?
Whatever. Let's say both. What's the first thing you're gonna purchase, and what's the first thing you're gonna actually do when you find out?
Well, I'm still the way my luck go. I'm gonna still be in disbelief till the check clear, okay, or that first payment clear. Second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call my attorney. And my very first purchase is going to be a custom house built from the ground. You know what one of my biggest pet peeves is?
What?
Like people build these beautiful homes, and it irritates me that the doors are always so small. Like, why is the door only 33 to 36 inches wide? I'm going to build these cathedral doors that open out wide.
Facts. I'm gonna have I learned this term from E40. I'm gonna have a portiere. A portiere is one of those it's like those things that you see at hotels where it's a roundabout that you can go around and you could drive up to the front door and it's like on a curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me one of those at my house. Well, also, I'm lying because I would not plan on having a house if I were to come into that kind of money. I would have various condos on waterfronts around the country, places that I consider my favorite.
Nice.
Now, the first thing I would do is call the bank to ask how long would it take for that check to clear? How much play around money do I have in the meantime? Auntie Sugar, I don't know. Nobody that knows me personally would ever call me a liar. But what up, Bunny? But nah, I'm gonna have a bunch of waterfronts and I'm gonna call the bank. Yo, how long does it take for this check to clear? Because I need to touch some of this money now. I want to go out and break the family off. Also, let my family members know that I didn't die, but this is going to be the last time y'all see me.
See, you know what, though? From that response, like in your condos, like you pretty much tell you're not the custodial parent because you're going to be living like a wild bachelor lifestyle, bro. Condos and waterfronts, it's going to be a party every night at your spot. Me, I got daughters. I need space for them to be able to run around. I need space for them to be able to express themselves creatively. Like they always want to do something different. So I want to be able to prepare or change a room to whatever it is that they want to do. So for me, like the space and the privacy is going to be what's most important.
Yeah. No.
I think for me is the first thing that I would do is pay off my mother, father, and sister's debt. Like house debt, school debt, I would just pay it off so they can be golden.
Man.
Give them a few things. And then I wouldn't buy like a mansion or anything of the sort. I would buy like a nice size house. Down here, $1 million buys you like a tiny little house.
It gets you a townhouse.
Yeah,
Actually,
I would probably invest in something. I think the first thing I would do off top, outside of paying my taxes, is just make sure that my family has no debt and some money to play with.
Okay.
Set up some trust for all the kids. And then like once I feel like all of them are taken care of and like Caden and everything is taken care of, then it's like, all right, let me see what I want to do.
Here's a question. What's your first investment? Like, what do you think you would invest in?
Prostitution.
Once you did everything you wanted to do, you felt like you needed to do
I would invest in, first I would probably invest in like I would invest in Philly. So I probably would like try to buy like 4 or 5 blocks off rip and then kind of do whatever. Like I know people who have like nonprofits and stuff and try to do that. But I think mine would be like real estate, because real estate will always get you money. People always need a place to stay. And I think I probably would get like an accountant to actually give me an allowance, because I know I'm very giving and I'm not very good with managing money. So I would definitely need to get an accountant.
So I would say 3 things as far as this. Now, somebody that I know personally had somebody give her some wise words that I was like, damn, I wouldn't have thought about doing that like very early. Soon as this said person received this large sum of money that they came into, somebody really close to him said, that check just cleared today. Said person said, yes. I want you to call up the insurance company that we all belong to, and I want you to get a financial advisor from them because they provide it for free. So that was the first thing this person had did. Now, next, I would get like an accountant and also a lawyer. So it would almost be like, I want them to be different entities that would be able to have checks and balances against each other. So it's in somebody's best interest to make sure that I'm not going to take a major hit from one of these other people. And if y'all not working together, y'all all have equal vested interest in me. So I think that would keep everybody honest. But I had a topic that I wanted to jump into, and I think I'm going to table it for today because I've been seeing this a lot. So it's prom season. I have seen the most extravagant proms this year. I mean, nobody has had like a regular prom. I'm seeing like hundreds of dollars shoes. I'm seeing the most extravagant vehicles. And I think it is so wild. Am I tripping when I say that I think that's too much for a prom?
Yeah.
Nah, I honestly think that, I don't know. I guess I'm different. Let me first say this. It's your money. You do whatever you want with it. What you do with yours and got nothing to do with mine, I'm going to respect it either way. And then I'll say it's not something I really honestly like believe in going all out like that for like a prom. Especially when I feel like, that money could be invested in their future, because immediately following, especially senior proms, and again, I know college isn't for everybody and everybody's not going to college, right? I understand that. But I'm just saying for those who are going to college and they may be going away, even if they aren't going away, college gets expensive really fast, especially for those who don't have scholarships and bonus money or some type of stipend coming through. So I think at the end of the day, that money could be invested in their future, even if it's convenience. Like some kids may need a car to get back and forth to school. I think that's much more of an investment. Books they're gonna always need books. They're gonna always need to eat. They're gonna always need like everything, even if they're not going to college, right?
Right.
I don't believe in kids not doing anything. Even if they want to travel for Europe for a year and then go back to school, like I'm fine with that. Like you can invest that into them doing that. Get some cultural experience, get some worldly experience, figure out who it is that you are and what you want to be. But to invest the type of money that I've seen in primes, more power to you, but it's just not something that I personally believe in or that I can get behind. I know Kayla is first up when it comes to prime in another 5 years. So, I foresee her having something very intimate, something very small. And I'm going to make sure once she graduates, she has in excess of at least $10,000 to, do whatever it is that she wants to do moving forward. Like some of the primes and some of the outfits and so, I'm just looking like these be the same people who be like, yo, my Cash App is in the bio or link in like it just be strange to me, but I respect it, man. Like have fun. I look at it as entertaining, and I like the entertainment, but it's just not something I believe in.
Now, what about you, Nick?
I think I do agree with everything that Shannon said. However, I feel like for me, it's like like he said, like if it's your money, I will hope that whatever you put in out, whatever you put in this out, you do have that extra money you do have more money to be able to help. Do I think you should spend your last on primes? No, but I am a party giver and I spend bank on my parties for my child. So like literally he's turning 13 and me and my sister was just talking about my budget. But I have it. And then he also has a PA 529. He also has a savings. He also has all those other things. So I think that like, and what
PA 529, how much y'all pay for that guy?
Shut up. I do feel that a lot of the parents that when people do this big all out thing, like I'm going to say like in the inner city and those who we may think is struggling, etc. It's like a lot of them are vicariously living through their children.
Yeah.
And I feel that like, if that is what makes you feel like a good mom or like a good parent, sometimes you just need those wins. So like, will I spend $16,000 on a prime? No. However, I would drop a few thousand if my child if we had like a big thing. So I think that sometimes as a parent, you need that win. So that's why they do it. And also we really don't know the background of these people. So this could be like, although it's sad to say, this could be like the most major event that they have in their lives.
Well, before we go any further, y'all know what time of the show it is. I want to know, audience, what y'all got to say about that?
I do think it's wild. Somebody the girl that was on. Damn it, I'm not. The girl that was on a whatever is a friend of one of my close friends, and I was like asking her like, why would she spend $16,000 on this stuff? But what also people don't realize is that them niggas be taking that shit back. Like them red bottom shoes and shit like that, they take them back.
I should hope so.
Yeah, so like you spend $16,000, but then you get like $6,000 back.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth because then at that point, in the back of my mind, I never want to feel that petty to have to take something back. So
right,
it's not for me. It's just not for me.
I don't knock people that do it. It's just not something I do.
Right, I agree. It's not something that I would do per se. Like I wouldn't spend $16K on K and Prime. The K and Prime gonna be nice. Like K and Party about to be real nice. Like I just feel like if you have it, I don't condone it if you don't have it in the sense of like what you are, all the extraness that you have put away for your children. Like Caden is going to be solid by the time he gets to prime. So if I felt that I wanted to go all out, I could.
I know this. If you out here spending fucking $16,000 on a prom, you better not be having no fucking trunk party for your kid going to college.
I don't believe that either, though. I don't believe that either. I think for me, it's like a trunk party. I never had a trunk party. I had to pay for all my stuff outside of my laptop. But like,
what up, Q?
Party is more so for like just the celebration of this person. Because when I give K and parties on, we give our family
graduation party is the celebration of the person. A trunk party is almost like a baby shower.
What I was about to say is like when I have parties and stuff, he don't want for nothing, so I don't expect anything. So I throw a party for him. A little bit for me, so I feel like I'm a bomb.
But you're not throwing a $16,000 prom send off.
Yeah.
Which a prom send off is all of what? An hour, maybe 2 tops.
Well, that's because they had a party after.
So I will say this:
they need all the pictures, the Instagram pics.
Wow.
The trunk party. I don't know. Maybe you changed the name. I don't know, but I'm okay with the trunk party. I'm of the mindset that I think we should do more celebration and making higher education cool. Again, it's not for everybody. Kayla and I have had conversations. She's going back and forth. Like, I don't know if college is for me, Dad. Like, okay, and it's all good. I'm just saying, as opposed to making it cool that, Tay came home from after doing 8 years and throwing the party. I don't waste time and money on stuff like that. Celebrate higher learning. I'm all good with graduation parties, right? I'm all good with trunk parties, like celebrating higher education, pushing kids towards, whether it's even if it's trade school, like do something to better yourself, make yourself indisposable in the community or in the job field or even career field or even entrepreneurial field.
Now,
but stuff like that to me, I feel like throw the money into that, make that cool, make that popular so that their first year of college is easy. And that'll be motivation to keep them in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter for me, like what somebody does for their children is their business. I'm not gonna never not give the child because of the decisions of the parent per se. So like,
for sure. I
don't want to spend 16K on the prom and then you want to have a party. I'm gonna show up for that prom, and I'm not giving anything to the prom girl or boy or whatever. But I would show up to the trunk party and still give. Like I think, like I said, when it comes to those proms and stuff, a lot of these parents are living through their children like, oh, I couldn't have this, so I'm doing it, and I'm a victim of it too. Like, damn, I ain't never had no new system, so I'm a buy a cake in one. I mean, so I feel like they're living through them, and like I said, as a parent, and a lot of the ones that I see are single parents, which whatever. But sometimes the parent needs that one. Like I did that.
Oh, my bad. Producer, drop the link.
Oh, my bad.
And I mean, I do feel like
also like to hear somebody else with insight on this particular topic. Before we go any further, I also want to give a shout out to Ron. Ron had 2 proms this year, and I think it's so dope that his younger daughter that went to the prom won prom princess, and his older daughter that went on her senior prom won prom queen. I think that is very dope. Shout out to that. That's a fire bragging point.
Yeah. I wasn't prom nothing. I just showed up.
Let me say this right quick. Salute to Ryan, and I saw the pictures he posted. His daughters look absolutely beautiful. You can see the sincere joy in their face, and salute to him as a father for being there every step of the way and being supportive to his girls. I'll address
also, if you didn't catch his last episode of A Safe Space for Men, you could definitely catch the replay on a big exclusive network. It was a dope show. The way he talked about his kids and just their whole experience on that episode, very dope. Make sure you go back and check that. Also, check him on Wednesdays at 7.
Right. Definitely go catch the replay. Even on his YouTube channel, A Safe Space for Men. Make sure y'all go subscribe. That last episode he did was one of my favorite episodes that I've seen from him. And I've been on his show. I could have easily said that was one of my favorites because we had fun that show. We talked about a lot. But his last show put a little lump in the nigga throat because I love to see fathers who take accountability, who take responsibility, and who are there. It's never about the money. I tell young fathers all the time, it's never about the money. Yeah, you need the money to survive. You need the money to support the kid. But as long as they know that you're there, the money don't matter. They're going to always hold out hope, and they're going to always feel better because you're a presence in their life. Now, I will say this. Ryan may have got offended about what I said earlier, and I apologize if you got offended for that, bro. Like I originally said, it's a podcast. We're supposed to be able to have those kind of conversations and that be that, right? That's what podcasts do. They discuss those hard topics, those controversial topics, and then we move on. I've had plenty of arguments on podcasts with my brothers, my co-hosts. And after that, it was what it was. It was just a podcast. We was able to get our point across. I'm sorry if you didn't feel like Ant gave you the opportunity to get your point across. And I stand on what I said. I'm not backing down from that. And I'm open to have the conversation with you, public or private, or however you want to do it. I'm open for that conversation anytime, bro. But please don't take that shit personally. What happens on these podcasts, they stay on the podcast. They don't go no further. Ain't nothing changed. It's still all good. It's still all love. But we can have that conversation whenever you're ready.
With that being said, fuck everything with that positivity and maturity that Big Exclusive wanted to just display on my show. Listen, it's all about violence here. You didn't like what he had to say? Go to the group chat after this and let that nigga know I ain't like what you had.
Fuck up. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. Thank you for saying that, Shannon. I know we were texting on the side. No worries.
Y'all was sending pictures back and forth.
Yep, Nick.
Yeah. I'm letting them fly tonight, bro.
Playing, and
you want me to post it?
No.
You want me to post it here?
Don't post it. Don't post it. Okay. Don't post it.
All right.
Don't let them see it. Don't let them see it. No, but you said the second part of your thing was the amount of money and then the way that the people are dressing. I do believe that with girls, I don't have a girl, right? But if my son was going on a prom with a girl who had like her ass and shit out with them, that sheer thing with like the bra and stuff, I would have a problem. I do think that people are looking at like these stars and all this stuff and these grown women wearing certain things. And I think that it's very inappropriate to be wearing those things in that manner.
First of all, these kids in general, and I'm going to say I saw it more so in like the girls, just look old. I don't know what kind of rough shit they got going on, but these kids looking like adults. They're going to have some horrible 30s.
No, the thing about it is they don't. I don't think they look old. I think they present old because first off, makeup is going to enhance your look to make you look a little bit older anyway. But I also think coupled with they have a lot of them have really nice bodies. You know, they're young, so it's like coupled with their body.
You going somewhere weird?
No,
I'm talking about.
Let me finish my statement. Coupled with their bodies and the way they're dressing makes them appear to be older.
No. I'm talking about looking old in the face.
I know. I definitely get that. I think a lot of them look like their age. They look young.
No, I think a lot of them look like they need to leave them perkies alone because they are starting to show. My homie Drew sent her daughter on a prom last week. She normally is tuned in, and her daughter had a Jessica Rabbit themed shirt, dress, and it was really appropriate, nice, and one of the few dresses that I saw that didn't just look like it was too much for a teenage girl to be wearing. So shout out to that.
Yeah, I think anything that's showing like an abundance of like skin is too much. Like,
yeah, my daughter
you shouldn't be wearing a bra and panties and just like a sheer dress. Like,
yeah.
What
another
is
quarter inch of split on my daughter's junior prom dress, and me, her, and her mother was about to have a triple threat WWE match.
No, my junior prom dress was a little revealing. I ain't gonna lie, but I would, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't not like sheer shit like that. It leaves nothing to the imagination. And I know people say like girls should be able to walk outside butt ass naked and not be fawned upon. But that's just the reality.
Yes, I think grown women, I advocate. If you would like to walk outside,
but I feel like that is.
What up, JoJo?
Although it shouldn't happen, it happens. So when you send your child to these proms with literally bra and panties, and sheer that don't even match. The sheer that matches so well with their skin, like they have nothing on. That's a problem.
Yeah. But I think this was a dope improv topic. Like I said, I had another completely different topic.
What topic was it?
We'll talk about it next week. But no, I just kept seeing it, and I was just like, I'm looking at kids with like Maseratis and like Maybachs, Aston Martins, and I'm like,
you see the one where the kid was, I think it was in Philly. It was like North Philly, one of them little tiny blocks, and they were driving a old
Rolls Royce,
like back in the day, like 1950s type
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I was like, this now this is stupid.
Yeah,
that's true.
I still don't allow my 16 and 18-year-old daughters to dress inappropriately. 18 or not, you have to teach them to command the correct attention and deter it as well. I completely agree with that.
I agree with that too. That's why I was saying, like, a lot of these dresses, like some of them are really nice. The boys been disappointing me this year. They doing this whole like skinny leg ankle thing.
Well, that's just a sign.
I think it's been like that for a while.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's not like the normal one. It's not like the normal one.
You feel like they inching up higher and higher.
Yeah, like it's getting higher, and I'm just like, what is this? And then like a lot of them just think like I'm not a label. I'm a label person, but I'm a humble flex person. So I don't
definitely with the glitter blazers.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Police. Nobody is trying to police what you wear, because I know that's where you going. We are specifically talking about children, people that are not yet quite adults.
But that's a whole nother topic, because I don't feel like you should be doing all that when you got a mate. But that's just me. But I digress. That's
no, she said until I get married, which is fine, because Auntie Sugar, I appreciate them pictures that you be putting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick, that's been a style for the last couple of years. But I can see where you're saying that them pants is inching higher and higher. It's no different than when I went on my prime and the big Steve Harvey jackets where the bottom of the jacket was basically like a trench coat. That was the thing. That shit is embarrassing looking back at them pictures.
My prime picture was like, I had like these super long sleeves, like low cut. My stomach was out, and it was these like gold diamond things that went across, and then it was a skirt, and then I had a split.
Auntie Sugar, where's your husband at? You seem like you going through that. What's that? Vivica. What is it? Vivica A. Fox. You going through that?
No, they barbecuing her, man.
I don't see anything wrong with what she said.
They barbecuing. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what she said either. But what the people are barbecuing her about is the fact that they kind of like shaming her. It's ageism almost. Like, yo, when you look like this,
a good topic for next week.
When you look like this, you ain't want no husband. Now you look like this. Oh, I don't even want to say what they was calling her, man. But in any event, like, they've been barbecuing her.
I mean, honestly, Vivica, I wouldn't throw a shot your way, even if you came this way, because I can't get over the fact that you were so willing to tell the world you was eating 50 Cent ass. Never said right with me. I think if you're a woman that eats ass, I think I couldn't see me kissing you, because gonna leave it there. But actually, I think that's a good topic for next week. With that being said, let's jump into the spotlight portion of the show. So, Mr. Producer / co-host, the spotlight is actually going to be on you. I tuned in last night. I'm telling you, coming off them holiday weekends, it'd be a fucking recovery. But I saw that you debuted your membership only show And I just want you to talk to the people, tell them a little bit about it.
So the first of all, salute to everybody who still has a membership. I'm trying to figure out. There's a few people I want to give. I want to give away 5 memberships for 1 month to a couple people who subscribed and they didn't get to see, the members only hot seat episode. But there are actually 2 programs that I'm going to be doing personally that are going to be. Damn, the ant fall off. That's crazy. How he just disappeared. Yeah, like how you disappear. But it's 2 shows that I'm going to be debuting that are going to be membership only. The first one is the hot seat. Now, Ant, you got to watch that episode without giving too much away. It's one of those. It's a little bit. People who have seen the hot seat on the podcast, this is a little bit different. It's a little more structured.
It's very different.
It is very different because I didn't want to give people the same thing that they could have saw on the podcast. So I structured it in a way that it's a build-up. So it goes like intro, icebreaker, and then there's 4 rounds of 5 questions, each round getting more and more intense.
And then I also like the way you randomize the questions. So even you didn't have too much play in what you were asking.
Here's the thing. Random. Here's the thing. There is for each. So I have 4 rounds, right? Each round there are 60 questions in each round. So I randomize what question. So it's not people. So people aren't getting asked the same exact question every episode, right? Although the one we just did with Nat, the creator, was crazy. Like
that
intense.
I mean, there was a couple times where she was like, "Hold on, I need a second." I said, "Damn, I don't think I would have answered that one."
But so that's what I'm saying. I appreciate her honesty. She was incredibly honest. So I don't know what questions I'm going to ask because it's in the randomizer. Just so people won't be like, "Oh, you only asked that because it's this person." No, I don't have any control over which question pop up, right? The second thing is, if people want to come do episodes on the hot seat, you have to, 1, be willing to be very open and honest. Second, you have to be comfortable with in your own skin. You have to come like mentally healed because some of these questions can be triggering. But at the end, you'll learn something about yourself. And it was a fun experience. She's hit me up 2 times like, "Yo, that was dope. I think I want to do the episode again and get some different questions," because she really enjoyed it. But yeah, you have to be a member to see that. The second show is going to be exclusive interviews with some of my friends that I think are dope. They're going to be like 10, 15, maybe 20-minute interviews.
Okay.
I have 2 lined up already that I'm filming this weekend. I'm dropping those exclusively for members. So yeah, get your membership. It's $5 a month. We will do some behind the scenes stuff. Like Ryan had this super dope idea about this event and had an idea about a game night. So that kind of stuff you'll get to see behind the scenes. Interviews coming from each podcast host is going to be on there.
Definitely.
And I think first up, the person I want to do is Nikki.
Oh
yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do Nikki first. Because she will be bringing a podcast to the network, at some point.
She say that she be acting like Deandra.
But no, it's not. Listen,
like an amazing person.
To her credit, Deandra is an amazing person. She'll be back. But to Nikki's credit, I'm taking full responsibility for why she's not here yet. I have yet to communicate what I need from her, and we haven't finished our brainstorming sessions because of me. But I'm going to rectify that
because I'm never admitting it on camera.
Yeah, no, I'm going to admit that's all on me. But Nick is coming, and she will do a behind the scenes interview. That's going to be membership only. It's not going to be a hot seat episode.
Y'all missed that. Y'all missed that one.
Yeah, but as a member of the network, we're going to get in depth with her and Ant too to find out a little more about them. So if y'all want to know, just head over to the Big Exclusive Network on YouTube. Ryan actually did an episode of the hot seat too, right? So for men who want to do the hot seat, Tiffany will do that interview, or maybe even
I was going to say I want Tiffany to do my interview.
Yeah, I'm not doing. I'll do the women. Tiff or Nikki can do the men, because they're both mature. So yeah,
And all
I
right,
think
mature.
But yeah, I
But
can't.
definitely,
Ryan did an episode. Ryan don't do nothing though. Ryan is such an upstanding citizen, such a straight, narrow guy. You can tell his kids are on the forefront of every thought that he has because he answers like a well-seasoned politician on a campaign trail.
why y'all trying to be so mature? I wanted to be a beef in a group chat after this.
We grown, man. Don't nobody want
Listen,
that. Nobody got time for that emotional stress.
It's gonna be beef, but it's still gonna be civilized. Like we gonna talk these politics. He gonna catch these paws about these politics. Trust me, okay.
But definitely,
he's still gonna be my homie afterwards, okay.
But make sure you check out. First of all, make sure you get yourself a membership, and then make sure you check out High Seat. Definitely was a dope episode. There's a lot of introspective questions that were going on. And like I said, just knowing the High Seat from being a fan of the network itself, I did not expect that interview to go the way it did. It was really dope. Definitely check that out. But first of all, I want to thank all three of my co-hosts this week. Ryan got mad and left. Nick, thank you for being here this week. Do you have any final words?
No, I do not have any final words.
Well, get the fuck out of here then. Sorry, I'm joking. Appreciate you as always. Big exclusive. Do you have anything to say to the good people?
Yes, thank you. Just thank you for keep watching. Tell a friend. The most important thing y'all can do to help the network out is tell a friend. I'm trying out some new AI stuff. I think that content is good. It's going to get better. So please check out the network. If you watch a YouTube video, go over there and watch 4 or 5 for me. Like, comment, please. It'll help us in the algorithm.
Listen, by the time we get to the end of the year, we're going to have something for y'all every day. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, I appreciate y'all coming through, dealing with the little technical difficulties at the beginning, but always appreciate your time. And I'll see y'all back here next week. Peace and blessings.